Next week, when Koreans head to the polls to pick mayors and governors, by-elections will also be held. With 12 parliamentary seats up for grabs, the results could lead to a change in the balance of power at the National Assembly. Kim Min-ji helped paint a clearer picture of how things could shape up in the domestic political arena.
President Moon Jae-in took office with one eye tied behind his back politically, with his party holding less than a majority of seats in parliament from the get-go. As a result, his policy agendas have been difficult to implement. Both the government's annual budget and supplementary budget were passed only after an arduous process, and plans to amend the constitution also fell through. This is why the ruling Democratic Party of Korea wants to win as many seats as possible during this year's by-elections. 12 seats are up for grabs, and given the number of seats and their distribution across the nation, it's being dubbed a mini general election. 3 of the seats were held by the ruling party, 4 by the main opposition Liberty Korea Party, 3 by the former People's Party, now the centrist Paramita Party, while the remaining were held by other minor parties. Currently, the ruling party has 118 seats in the National Assembly, while the main opposition holds 113. If the ruling party wins the elections by a landslide, it would get a boost when passing bills it supports and will also have a greater say over the shaping of the second half of the 20th National Assembly. This as the biggest party selects a parliamentary speaker and has an upper hand when it comes to choosing the heads of the National Assembly standing committees. Recent polls show candidates from the ruling party in the lead, with the exception of Kimcheon, a traditional conservative district in the south of the country, where the ruling party didn't put forward a candidate. However, the main opposition is hoping that it will be able to hold on to the districts that were initially conservative held, as well as make some gains such as the Songpa district, where there is believed to be quite a number of right-leaning voters. But the general consensus is that the results will favor the ruling party, thanks to the government's role in positive developments regarding North Korea, and because the opposition hasn't been able to bring up any issues of such significance. However, some point out that this could lead to problems in the long run.
Because the Moon administration is dealing with such an important issue for the Korean Peninsula, many voters want to support his peace drive. But if things don't go well, it could mean disaster for the ruling party in 2 years' time when the general elections are held. Also, for a country's political development, there needs to be a balance between progressives and conservatives to keep the ruling party in check, but it appears the parliament will likely sway further to the left-leaning bloc.
Regardless of the outcome, a political reshuffle will likely be in the works. Pundits say that could come in the form of a change in party leadership, the formation of a coalition of some sort, or even defections to other parties. Kim Min-ji, Arirang News.